All right, everybody, please, a warm welcome for your first storyteller of the second half, Janice Henry, everybody.
It's good to be here. 1957 was the year of my best ever Halloween costume. Yep. And it probably was the year of my previous, but that's all very relative because most years I went out in a clown costume that my mother had made me. I was 10 years old. October 4th that year, Sputnik was launched. First artificial satellite. It was a globe about 2 feet in diameter with antenna. The Russians launched it. The United States was jealous, but my dad was inspired. He was going to make me a Sputnik costume. Didn't have much time. Made it out of chicken wire, big globe, 3 feet in diameter. I couldn't really fit into one that was 2 feet in diameter. Then he covered it with aluminum foil. And he got those one-way mirror glasses, and he cut 2 holes in it and took the arms off the glasses and he inserted them. And just in case anybody might not know what I was, he wrote Sputnik all around it in black poster paint. And he didn't put the antenna on because I never would have made it through any doors. I grew up in Aspinwall. Aspinwall! We had a parade every year. It started at the high school, meandered through town, came past our house, and then went back to the high school, and everybody poured into the auditorium to watch cartoons. So my dad and I waited on the front porch. Couldn't sit down in it. Got later and later. Finally, my dad figured that they must have rerouted the parade that year, and he hadn't heard about it. So we very carefully walked down the stairs of the porch and out into the middle of the road and became our own 2-person parade. Me and my aluminum foil globe and my dad guiding me because those glasses just really weren't any help at all. And we went the 8 blocks to the high school alone through those streets, and I knew that people were out on their porches, pointing, and their mouths were dropped. And they were calling their neighbors out. And some were even clapping, though I couldn't hear it. It probably was the acoustics in that aluminum foil globe. And then we finally got to the high school. Big, wide cement stairs, and we walked up, and I tripped and fell at the top. But Dad carefully took it off and punched it out, and he said, "No problem, I can fix it with a couple rolls of aluminum foil when you get home." And he waited in the hall, and I went in and watched cartoons and came back out and donned my aluminum foil globe, and we walked back through the streets of Aspinwall. People were really looking this time. There it is again. And they were clapping, and it was wonderful. But the crowning glory of that costume was when my sister's friend, and my sister was 6 years older than me, so she was 16. She wanted to borrow my Halloween costume. You know, right at that point, I went from being a liability to my sister to being an asset. She liked me now. So did Julie. She was a hit. Probably more people saw her intact than they saw me. And, well, that's the story of my best ever And the previous, relatively, Halloween costume, you probably have one that's even better, but I have a picture of mine.
Yeah!
Did your dad enjoy testifying at McCarthy hearings? Was that fun for him? Good job. I'll explain to you.
She is good.